Hello again, RoyZesch.REALTOR here with Coldwell Banker Legacy in San Angelo. Today I want to talk about what I consider a successful real estate transaction. As part of the process when you're picking a realtor, what you want to do is kind of get to know them and figure out the person that's the best fit for you. So that's why I thought I'd go into what I think makes a successful transaction so that you just kind of get an idea of where I'm coming from. So one of the things you realize when you deal with a realtor is they're going to be in your business a good bit. I mean, you're talking financial details that you may not tell anybody other than your spouse about. Maybe you don't tell your spouse, but you don't tell your parents, you don't tell your in-laws, maybe you don't tell your kids, whatever. These are very confidential details, and so the realtor is going to be involved in this. You're making a big decision, both financially and just it affects your life in so many ways when you're moving. So it's one of the things that you got to deal with through the process is this real estate agent is going to get an insight into your life and get to know you, and that's a good thing because they can help you through the process. So here's what I consider a success in a real estate transaction. What I want is a real estate transaction, when you look back at it down the road, whether that's 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, that you have no regrets and there was very few surprises. There's always going to be a few surprises in a real estate transaction. We can't totally avoid them, but if I do my job right, it helps minimize the surprises. And then the no regrets. I mean, sometimes you pay more than the house is worth, okay? More than what I tell you it's worth. I said this house is worth whatever, $120,000, but it is the perfect house for you. So it's okay for you to pay $130,000 for a house that I tell you is worth $120,000. What I don't want is you to do that and then regret it down the road. So we'll have a discussion about that. If I tell you it's 120 and you want to offer 130, you can do that. It's ultimately your decision because you're going to live there, not me. And sometimes it is a good thing because if you get a house and you think, oh, if I don't get this house, I'm going to be upset. This is the house for me. And when that kind of a situation happens, it's okay. Offer a little bit more. Make sure you get it because you will regret it if you don't. On the other hand, if it's not a perfect fit, you don't feel pressured into, I need to make a decision, we need to get a house bought, and then pay too much for one in a situation like that particularly. So that's what I mean by the no regrets. The same if you're selling. If you sell a house and you wanted to sell it for $150,000 and you had to sell it for $130,000 because of where the market was or other factors, but you needed to get it sold, you needed to get moved and get on with your life, then that's okay, as long as you go into that decision knowingly. So that's where my job is to go sit down with you, discuss your needs in a house, how much you like this house, how much you don't, how important it is. For some people, making a financial mistake, quote unquote, paying too much or something like that is a big deal. For other people, it's not that big a deal. So it's okay to make mistakes. Just we want that property that, again, when you look back on it down the road, you don't regret it. You don't regret the purchase. You knew what you're getting into, if it's a fix up and flip, whatever, that you knew it was going to take $100,000 to improve it. That's fine, as long as you're aware of that going in. So that's why when we sit down together that I'll be asking you in-depth questions, and sometimes we'll kind of get in your business a little bit more even than you like as we go through the process, and you find a house and you say, ooh, we want to do this house. Well, you've given me a list of criteria in a house that, well, this doesn't meet your criteria. And again, it's okay to buy the house that doesn't meet your criteria. I'm just trying to challenge you and make sure that's what you want to do, to help guide you in your thought processes so that when the process is over, you ended up with the house you want, or you got the house sold under the terms and conditions that were the best fit for you. So that's what we got to do. So that's what I try to do. That's what I consider success is, again, you look back on that transaction, I don't regret it. I don't regret buying that house. It was a good fit for our family for that time. So anyway, any more questions, give me a call. RoyZesch.REALTOR, 325-268-0775. Thank you.